Shalom Israel, Shalom, Shalom. This brother Amaziah. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Shema Mashiach, with Malaki Yahushai, right? I want to give a mighty Shalom to all the brothers, sisters, and children in this truth that's magnifying and glorifying Yahweh by Shema Yahushai name in these last days, right? They doing the work. They serving the Lord with sincerity of heart, right? They abstaining from the world, right? They stand steadfast and unmovable in this truth and increasing in this thing. And it's not going to be a real long video, right? It's going to be these quick cuts, man, right? To destroy what this world is pushing, right? Which is coming from Christianity, where, you know what I'm saying, people say you're not, you don't have sex till you're married, right? But hey, these people, the people in Christianity, they freak off, right, with all these different women, right? Women with all these different men, right? And then they try to settle down, right? But hey, that's off. According to the scriptures, hey, sex is marriage. Once you lay down with that man, or that woman lay down with that, slack it, with that man lay down with that woman, or that woman lay down with that man, right? Hey, that's marriage, right? And some people will say, you know what I'm saying, they hear that, oh, y'all lustful. Oh, y'all this. Oh, y'all that. No. You got to look at it. If you told your daughter, you had a daughter, and you told her, hey, sex is marriage. Once you lay down with this man, hey, that's your husband. Ain't no ifs, ands, or but about it. Hey, that woman, or it's like that girl, that child, right? She's going to grow up thinking, okay, I have to find the right man. I have to find the one, right? Because once I lay down with this man, that's my husband. And the Lord set that up like that for a reason. So you just can't be hopping from man to man, or brothers hopping from woman to woman, just lusting all the time. Don't care what they about, don't know what they like, don't know nothing about the person. They just want to get in where they fit in. They want to get their rocks off. And I settle down when I get married. That's off. No, sex is marriage according to the scriptures. Once you lay down with them, you got to take on that duty of marriage. Men, you got to take care of the households. Women, you got to be submissive. You got to do the thing. You got to build up your household, right? Be the helpmeet. So I'm going to bring out a couple precepts, man. It ain't going to be real long. I'm going to get straight to it in the law. Book of Genesis, chapter 24, right? It's a classic. It's nowhere around these scriptures, right? You got to deal with it, right? The book of Genesis, chapter 24, in verse, I'm going to start at 65. Actually, I'm going to start at 64. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted off the camel. For she had said unto the servant, what man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, it is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. Right? So Rebekah seeing Isaac, right? Hey, she inquired of him. Right? Asked this man, hey, who is that? Right? Then she covered herself, went in meekness and humble. Right? Not all out there for the world, right? For any man to lust after. No, she covered herself. Right? But that's not the point. The point coming up right here in the book, verse 67. It's like in 66. And the servant told Isaac all the things that he had done. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife. And he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. Right? So Isaac took Sarah into his mother's tent. It's like he took Rebekah into his mother's tent. Right? What was they doing in there? Was they playing tic-tac-toe? Did they sign some damn some papers? Right? You got some people saying you ain't married till you sign the papers. Where is that at in the law? Hey, Isaac took Rebekah into his mother's tent, and she became his wife. Right? And we know what they did in there. Right? and they had sex. We're going to keep it plain, man. Right? They did it. They wasn't in there playing games. Right? Playing hand games. Pity pat. No, man. Let me read that again. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah. Took mean he had sex with her. Right? We're going to keep it straight. We're going to keep it plain. And she became his wife. And he loved her. And Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. Right? So, hey, after he got his wife, after he laid down with her, right, and she became his wife, he was comforted. Right? That's the law, man. This is in the law. Let me get some more on that, man. Stand in the law. We ain't gonna get out of the law. Book of Genesis, chapter 30, and verse Salakia. And verse number number 3, Salakia. Book of Genesis chapter 30 and verse 3. And she said, behold, my maid Bilhah, and go in unto her, and she shall bear upon my knees, that I may also have children by her. And she gave him Bilhah, her handmaid, to wife. And Jacob went in unto her. Right? Hey, so his wife, Rachel, gave her servant unto her husband, right? And what happened? He went in unto her, and that became his wife. Nowhere in the law you can see you have to sign a damn marriage contract. You have to go to the so-called white man and get that nasty paper with that nasty pen and sign the bottom line. And now Esau says you're married. Where is that at in the scriptures? Where is that at in the law? And you can't find it because it's not in there. And when you lay down with a woman, or a man, or a woman lay down with a man, hey, that's y'all married, right? That's why it's very important, right? We could do another video on this, right, Lord willing, I or another brother. Why courting is very important. You gotta court in this thing. You can't just jump into a marriage. Hey, all hell gonna break loose. You know, you barely know anything about the woman. You don't know how her spirit is. You don't know how she reacts to certain things, what she likes, what she don't like. Hey, all hell gonna break loose, man. Hey, your house gonna crumble. You trying to build it up and it's falling. Because you should have worked out that before y'all laid down with each other. All right? But I don't want to make this too long. So like you just got off work, got off the plantation. I just wanted to bring this out real quick. I'm going to keep it going, though. Let's see. Do I want this one? So like, I don't want. I'm gonna go to this one real quick. In the book of Exodus, chapter 22. This is another classic. Book of Exodus, chapter 22, and verse number 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed meaning promised, right? Or what they say in this world, engaged, right? Which is not betrothed, and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. So that man that lays down with a woman that's not betrothed, he has to make her his wife, right? And they married now, right? Hey, that's your wife because you laid down with her. Any other man that goes into her, right? And that's adultery, right? And he's defiled. You can't lay down with that woman no more. Hey, that's his wife now, right? It says, well, that's it on that. Right, that's it. Right, if that man lay down with her, hey, that's his. Hey, if that man lay down with her, he got to make her his wife. Right, ain't no other way around it. Hey, this is in the law. Right, this is Exodus. Right, you can't get around it. You can't go to no other scriptures and try to combat what the law is saying. You making the word a contradiction. right? And this is not a contradiction, right? The Lord is not an author of confusion, man. Right? If it's in the law and we supposed to be keeping the law, and you got to deal with it. A sex is marriage. I'm gonna get a couple more. Probably get like 3 more. And we stand in the law. We ain't going nowhere. Right? Because you got to deal with it. This is the book of Exodus. Salaki, I'm going to jump to Deuteronomy. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter... Salaki. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21, and verse number 13. And she... Salaki, I'm going to start at... I'm going to start at 11. Book of Deuteronomy 21 and 11. And seest among the captives a beautiful woman, right? This is at the, you take the spoils out the war, right? And you take the women captive. It says, and seems, so like, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and has a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife, then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from her, and shall remain in thine house, and be well of her father and her mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. Hey, that's plain, right? It says after she mourned for her father and her mother, right? And you got to go in unto her, and you're going to be her husband, and she's going to be your wife. Where does it say, walk down the aisle, get the pastor, right, say your vows, right, you take off her veil, right, you get a kiss, right, you put the ring on her finger, and you get the papers. That's not in there, right? That's not in there. And then they get damn divorced 6 months after, and she go looking for another man. Hey, once you lay down with this woman or this man, that's your wife. There's no other way around it, right? But this is going to be real quick. I'm going to get a couple more and close out. Deuteronomy chapter 25, and we stand in the law. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 25 and verse number 5. It reads, if brethren dwell together and one of them die and have no child, the wife of the dead, the wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger. Her husband's brother shall go in unto her and take her to him to wife, and perform the duty of an husband's brother unto her. Right? So if you got a brother, right, and he died, and he ain't got no children, right, but he got a wife, and you gotta go in onto her and make her your wife, right? Hey, and once you lay down with her, hey, that's your wife, right? Because, hey, in the law, because, we come back, we get regenerated, right? Brothers got videos on that. Hey, we get regenerated, right? And you want the inheritance to come back to that man, right? So you want to keep the line going. You don't want her to marry a stranger and the seed line get all messed up, right? So, hey, your brother got to go in onto her, right? And, hey, the inheritance can keep going, right? But the point is, once you lay down with her, hey, that's your wife, right? Once you go in onto her, you got to make her your wife, right? And it's plain. I'm going to get one more and then I'm going to close out. Stand in the law. Book of Deuteronomy. All right, so, hey, anybody that want to scoff, and you got to deal with these scriptures that I brought out, right? Where does it say get a marriage certificate, right? Where does it say these things? Where does it say you can't, you got to wait, you can't have sex till after you're married? Hey, it's saying that, hey, once you lay down with a woman, hey, that's your wife. All right, let me get this last one, and I'm going to close out. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, and verse number 2. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall you diminish aught from it, that you may keep the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you. Right? So you can't add or take away from this word, right? That's the one I want to close out with, right? So you gotta deal with these scriptures that I brought out. You can't add to it and say that you got to get a marriage contract, right? for you to be married. That's not in the scriptures, right? You have to show me that. You have to show me where it says, hey, walk down the aisle. Show me the ordinances of that in the Bible. Where we have to walk down the aisle, right? Have the damn pastor with the vows. Hey, it's not in there. That's madness, man. That's according to the so-called white man. Right? We're not dealing with the so-called white man, right? And his damn wicked ways, man. Right? And the things that he set up. We're not following that. We're going to follow Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, right? So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying, right? I know it was a quick video, right? Quick cuts, right? Lord willing, you took notes, right? You stay in the spirit. You continue to pray, fast, study, right? You continue to exhort your brothers and sisters. You pray for one another, right? Stay steadfast and unmovable in this truth, right? Continue to serve the Lord. Stay humble, meek, and stay sincere in this thing, right? So with that, Kam Yasharala, Shalom.